Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Dan and welcome back for yet another episode. In today's episode, we are talking Canon R5 Mark II and the best video settings to actually use. The best codec, the best resolution, frame rate, and everything else you're going to need to know in order to achieve the best video quality out of this machine. So let's get started. First of all, the first thing I do with any of my cameras is change the log gamma to C-Log 2 or C-Log 3. On the R5 Mark II, we finally have C-Log 2, so that's what I'm gonna choose. It's the most dynamic range, it's gonna give you the most flexibility in post, so it is what I'm gonna choose. Yes, it's a little noisier than C-Log 3, but you can definitely clean it up in post if you know what you're doing, so this is what I'm choosing. Now, you're going to go into the menu. Within the first red menu, so image quality and size, on the video settings of course, you're going to choose the main recording format to be XF-AVCS 4210-bit. I found to be the best quality out of this camera outside of the 8K RAW. So this is what I'm gonna choose 99.9% of the time, so XF-AVCS 4210-bit. Now for the movie recording size, I usually choose 4K DCI. If I'm going to record something outside in 60 frames a second, let's say. For the compression, I usually go for all I, so all intra and standard compression. But if I'm shooting talking heads or in a controlled environment on a tripod, I am going to choose 4K DCI fine mode, which is basically 8K downsampled into a 4K file, so it's gonna give you the best overall image quality, the best overall noise performance and resolution and detail, of course. Choose your frame rate accordingly and choose your compression. Usually, as I said, all I, so intra-frame recording and in the standard compression. There is the high intra-frame. I did not find the high intra-frame versus the standard intra-frame compression to be any difference actually. I didn't see any. So standard intra-frame compression it is. Now, as I said, C-Log 2 is a must, and XF-AVCS for me. If you want to shoot RAW, then go for it. And one other thing I want to mention about the R5 Mark II is the base ISOs. ISO 800 is the base in C-Log 2, yes. You're going to get the best performance out of this camera in ISO 800 and C-Log 2. But if you need to go higher than that, if you go let's say to 1600 ISO, then the image starts to get a little more noisier, pretty linearly. You go to 3200 ISO, then again. But if you go to ISO 4000, I found it to be a massive cleanup. It's almost as clean as ISO 800. You don't lose dynamic range, you don't lose anything. So I believe the ISO 800 on this camera is the base, and the second base is 4000. Now, if you go to anything above that, it starts to get pretty noisy around 6400 ISO, but then it cleans up again at 12800, but not to the same degree as 4000. So it cleans up, so if you are already at 10,000 ISO, then go to 12,800. It's a no-brainer, but I wouldn't go past 4000 in day-to-day shooting. So I would stick to ISO 800, ISO 4000 as the second base, C-Log 2, the codec XF-AVCS 4210-bit in 4K DCI or 4K DCI fine modes. Choose your frame rate and intra-frame compression in the standard mode. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something in the process, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!